In a recent video by Dreadful Rebel 4X, who I will tag in this video, he tries to draw a tension between the alleged Christian response to some issues that God works in mysterious ways, with the idea that we can know God's positions on things. Now, there's a lot that is problematic with this video, and before I get into the meat of things, I want to point out that the accusation that Christians use God works in mysterious ways as a cop-out is itself an inaccurate caricature. I see this as a slogan thrown about by atheists more than I hear it coming from Christians. Christian philosophers, theologians, and biblical scholars regularly engage in answering these type of questions. I myself do it regularly on my channel. But the main thing I want to focus on in this video is the suggestion that we can't simultaneously say that some things about God are known while also saying that other things are unknown or even unknowable. The objector in the video phrases the question as, if God is so mysterious, how do you understand God enough to know that he doesn't like abortion or homosexuality or things like that? The suggested point is that if Christians say we don't know why God did something because he is mysterious, we can't turn around and say we do know he doesn't like these other things. And the painfully obvious answer to this is that God, as a personal being, can choose to reveal certain truths or motivations to us, while choosing not to reveal other truths or motivations. So, if there is in fact a question about God's actions that Christians have to say we don't know or can't know what his motivations are, that does not change the fact that there are other times where God does reveal his motivations or does reveal certain truths. There may be even times where God doesn't directly tell us his motivations, but we can plausibly infer them. However, just because some reasons can be plausibly inferred does not mean that all reasons can be plausibly inferred. This is no different than our interactions with other humans. Suppose you were out to dinner with a friend, and while you were eating, they decide to slam their face into their dish, jump up on the table, sing the opening verses of Wanna Be by the Spice Girls, and then run out in the street to get hit and immediately killed by a bus. If I ask you why they did that, you would likely say you have no clue. Because the person is dead, unless there's some type of physical evidence like a note left behind, you would probably never be able to ascertain your friend's reasons for doing these things. However, the fact that you were unable to find out what your friend's reasons were for doing this odd set of acts, that does not change the fact you can and do know other things, like why they chose their major in college, or why they chose their romantic partner, or what their favorite hobbies were. Now, I don't think God's actions are comparable to the actions I just described. I'm only using this as a hopefully humorous example to illustrate how fallacious the author's reasoning is. I'll conclude this video by again noting that I think it is rarely the case that Christians have to appeal to something along the lines of God works in mysterious ways, as it's almost always the case that a plausible answer can be given if the inquirer had simply done a bit of basic research and thinking. Every question that the author mentioned in the video can be answered if they had simply bothered themselves to pick up some academic commentaries on the Old Testament or some contemporary work on the problem of evil, which I coincidentally have done a short video on.